Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about people that have a Gemini sun and Virgo moon in their natal chart. Now, I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. What I'm talking about is people that have that combination in their chart, that have the Gemini sun and a Virgo moon in their chart. The basic character, which is the sun being in Gemini, can be versatile, multifaceted, loquacious, adaptable, eloquent, quick-witted, mercurial, and on the unconscious side, which is the moon, and the moon being in Virgo, the sun is the conscious side in contrast to the moon, which is the unconscious side of the person. The moon being in Virgo can be organized, tactful, diplomatic, scrupulous, analytical, detail-oriented, clean, as some examples. And this is a person that may bring that quick-witted, communicative qualities, those Gemini quick-witted communicative qualities, in something that could be Virgo-related, which is statistics and analysis. It could be defragging, something such as computers, compartmentalizing, cleaning, organizing, something, and things that are something health related. The thing about this combination too, keep in mind, the sun is about our basic wants, what we want. The moon is connected with our emotional needs and what we need. And Gemini sun, it wants to assimilate and disseminate information. Virgo moon needs work, being busy, rendering service to others. This could be a combination that's very, Gemini sun, the basic character, sun is the fundamental character of the person. Gemini sun could be very restless and very mobile. Virgo moon has that need to stay busy. This is a person that's probably very active, and unless you may have some contraindicators in your chart. Let's say if somebody has this combination, the sun moon combination, Gemini, sun and Gemini, Virgo. Let's say they have like a Pisces ascendant. The person may come across as more relaxed. The person may even be more relaxed and not a little bit more stagnant and sedentary than the typical Gemini sun Virgo moon combination. Or if the ascendant is Taurus. Taurus can be some cases Taurus can really be stagnant and sedentary, and they're not really, Taurus is generally not, rising is generally not physically active. It's hard. Taurus ascendant may have a strong aversion to going anywhere. And I would know something about this because, as many of you may know, I have a Taurus ascendant. If somebody has like Mars, an adverse aspect to Neptune, the person may feel more like fantasizing and daydreaming as opposed to expending energy on doing things. Now, another thing about this, now when we look at the sun and the moon, the sun is about the true self, which is the sun being in Gemini. In this case, could be very witty, mobile, multifaceted, versatile. And the inner self, which is the moon, being in Virgo, may be more pedantic, very systematic, organized, punctilious with details. And the sun, this person, the sun is about our driving motivations. So this person may be very driven and motivated, again, which is the sun, to do manifold things, a variety of things, which is Gemini. And having a Virgo moon, the person may feel like doing them close to perfection. The moon is how we feel. And Virgo is about infallibility, is perfection. And this is a person that could actually write well. Gemini, sun, the basic character, can be very eloquent, communicative, have good writing and speaking abilities. But having the Virgo moon may help be able to be that editor of those writings and being able to do this very scrupulously. This could also be a good combination for like an announcer, say like in sports, because and there's some of the sports announcers will analyze and dissect the plays. In Gemini, Sun can have that way with words, and the Virgo Moon may have that need to dissect, diagnose and analyze. It could be a person that could actually do well even diagnosing vehicles, because Gemini is associated with short journeys, local transportations. They're about dexterity. Um, Gemini Sun could be very dexterous, and you have the Moon in Virgo that need again to analyze and diagnose. So this could be somebody that could be very proficient in like auto mechanics, I would say. Um, Now another thing too is that when you have, say if this is in square aspect with each other, a square aspect is 90 degrees, and I use an orb of 10 degrees because you do have, you know, if there's at least one personal planet involved, you have two personal planets involved with the sun and the moon, and the energy may be more adverse if there is a square aspect. Let's say, for example, somebody has the Gemini sun at 28 degrees and the Virgo moon is at 29 degrees. That would form a square aspect, and it may bring out the negative characteristics of the Gemini Sun and Virgo Moon. It could bring out for Gemini, very mercurial, contradictory, qualities, in that person. It could, then you have the Virgo Moon may come out more, critical, um, and you have judgmental, worrisome. This could be person, if you have that square aspect especially, that may be able, may talk a lot, but be very critical in the process. And when you have, square aspect, and even the fact that this is by sign, that this energy is square, it can be where you have the Gemini Sun, could be very, scattered, they're about variety. In the Virgo moon, Virgo and Gemini are adverse by sign. The Virgo moon may be more systematic and organized, and they like to have their routine, in contrast to Gemini sun, basic character being about variety and doing many, it could be someone that wants to do something different every day, but the Virgo moon has that need for routine. So that's where you can have, the contrast of energy. And again, it could bring out the negative. If you have the square aspect, especially, it could bring out the negative aspects of both placements. It could bring out for Virgo moon a very pedantic, critical, qualities, nitpicking qualities. And the Gemini moon, could be that, tend proclivity to, Gemini sun having more proclivity to gossip and maybe talk too much, be overly loquacious and talkative. And the thing about this combination too, it's a very cerebral, intellectual combination, because both of these signs are, of course, they're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is about intellect and communication. You have the Gemini Sun, which is so much about talking and disseminating that information, being able to articulate very well. In the Virgo Moon, very having that need again to diagnose, to analyze, to solve problems. So this is this person could be somebody that is actually very intellectual and cerebral, and may have a strong focus on. Gemini, the sun is about our focus, so this person may have the focus on those mental pursuits, which is Gemini. And then you have the moon, being the emotional needs, and having that need to analyze and dissect, figure out problems. Basically, another thing too is that the sun is about our actions, the moon is about our reactions, and having the sun in Gemini, this person may act on things very rapidly, very quickly. Gemini sun, basic character, can be quick-witted. You have the Virgo moon, which may is more pensive, may think things over a little bit, analyze the situation a little before responding. So anyway, people, That'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.